Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are finally tackling my player house on Kringle, my winter island. We are so close to finishing this island. I think I'm actually already pretty much done with it. I did the exterior off camera. I think I talked about this several times. So that is done. Our final video after this for Kringle is going to be a brief little island tour. You guys saw some parts when I did the main entrance. I did that skating rink. I did like the areas around Nook's Cranny and the Able Sisters. And I made that campsite that, to be honest with you guys, I'm not really a huge fan of at the moment at all, but it's here to stay because I have no energy or willingness in me to redo it. Terraforming in this game is brutal and I hate it. I actually designed this house in the Room Sketch app. I didn't unlock it on this account, but I went into my main island on my other main Nintendo account and used the Room Sketch app there, mainly because I wanted to play around and see what I liked and what I wanted to do before actually implementing it. This also meant that I needed to figure out like what furniture I needed instead of having to just grab everything right when I was starting to build. Although I did need to do that anyway. I got these items in a combination of using the catalog in the game and going to Cyrus and customizing them, as well as using Nook's Treasure Islands and crafting some stuff myself. I didn't have the energy to wait because unfortunately you guys know that we can only order 5 items per day in this game. Of course, you can bypass that by time traveling, which I do, but it just takes so long even waiting for the time traveling to happen, like going into the settings and then coming back. I'm doing this on a Switch 1, like the original Switch as well. I'm sure that's why it's taking so long. I've seen people play on the Switch 2, and it's definitely snappier. But again, I'm waiting for an Animal Crossing edition, or at least an announcement of the game for the Switch 2 before I go and purchase my own. Although, I am gonna probably have a lot of FOMO when Pokopia comes out. I was almost going to call it something completely different. I can never remember the name of it. The Pokemon Cozy game where you play as like a Ditto turned into a human. Anyway, though, back to this house. I got the dimensions wrong. Well, not the dimensions, like the proportions, I guess. The placement of things wrong when I was doing the main room in the Room Sketch app. I wasn't sure where the windows were. For some reason, I thought that they were in a different area on the wall than they actually are. So we had to reconfigure some things. In the corner, in the like back right hand, I wanted to do a corner bookshelf area, like have 2 bookshelves next to each other with the pillars on either side. One of them would have blocked that window and I didn't like that, so we didn't do it. It kind of sucks, but I like to have the natural light in the house. Also, I'm realizing now the shape of this house is so bizarre, like when it comes to the inside versus the outside. Although I'm sure that's why we can't see the back of it. I think you guys might know this already, maybe you don't. I've seen like videos where they break the camera or break the game and like go use like some sort of extended camera type thing somehow where they look at the back of islands. I mean, there's like a specific YouTuber who does it, I think. I can't remember the name of him. And there are probably other people who've done it too. But the backs of everything are not modeled. Like the backs of the trees, the shrubs, the rocks, everything. Like the buildings, everything. The backs of them are not modeled, which is why we can't see the backs of them. And yeah, that makes sense, but like also it kind of sucks. I would like to have a 360 camera view in this game. I think that would be really cool, but I also kind of don't like games with 360 camera views. Then again, I play The Sims. I think that like in this game, it would probably work out pretty well because it's not a giant area. It's not like in The Sims 3 where the open world is humongous. I've been thinking about The Sims 3 a lot lately. I really do want to get back into playing it. I own all of the packs for The Sims 3 except for the Katy Perry one and I think the movies one or the 70s, 80s, and 90s. There's like a stuff pack that I don't own in addition to the Katy Perry one. But what was weird was at the time when I bought Into the Future, of course this was like a million years ago when it came out, I didn't get a serial number with it. I looked all over the box. I still have the box and the disc and the manual and everything. Looked all inside, looked at the manual, looked at the box, tore it apart. There was no serial code. So I used like the code generator or whatever because I think all the codes are supposed to be universal. And at the time it worked. And then later on, many years when I was playing it again on I think a different laptop, it didn't work. I don't even think it's showing up in my library on the EA app now that I think of it. It might. I don't remember. I'm really not a fan of the EA app. I don't use it, but I've seen people who do and I've heard nothing but bad things about it. So I really think I'm going to just get the game elsewhere. I I know it's available on Steam, and I think that it's half off. Like, you can buy The Sims 3 on Steam, like everything except for the Katy Perry pack, for half the price of what it is. So I don't know. Regardless, stay tuned. We're gonna play Sims 3 in the future because there's so many things that I haven't done in that game, because like there's so much content in it and I've only kind of like just scratched the surface. And I played it like many years ago as it was coming out, so I was in college basically, and obviously this was before I had this YouTube channel, so I really would like to go back and play it. I've been enjoying The Sims 2 a lot, and there are still things in The Sims 2 I haven't done as well, but I would really want to go back to The Sims 3. I really liked building in The Sims 3. I like building in all the Sims games, but I also liked the gameplay, so I think that we're gonna do that. And let me know if there are any challenges that you want to see. I've never really done any. I've never done a legacy challenge. Like, I tried one and I got too frustrated and then I stopped. I was also like a kid, I think, when it happened. When I say a kid, I mean I think I was in like middle school or early high school or whatever, and it was in The Sims 2. But I think that we might start a legacy challenge. Would you guys watch that? Either if I did it in The Sims 2 or The Sims 3. I'm not playing The Sims 4. I don't like The Sims 4. We've been over this. I would like to actually do a legacy challenge. I've also been thinking of maybe potentially starting to stream on Twitch. I did it several years ago, again before this channel was a thing, on my Twitch channel, which like of course I haven't touched in several years, but it was mainly Animal Crossing content. It was in like 2022, so it was shortly after the final update for Animal Crossing had come out, and I was pretty consistent with it for like about a month or so. Then I had to go up to Maine, and the internet connection up there is not great because it's a different provider, and the infrastructure that's in place is also not great. But if you're new here, I am in one part of the country for half the year and the other part for the other half. I grew up in Massachusetts. I am in Maine a good portion of the summer, like for the warmer months. And I love it up there. I really do. I love the environment. I love all of the things that there are to do. I grew up going to Maine every summer. My parents have like a second home there, so it really has a special place in my heart. But when it comes to doing like streaming and stuff, it's not really, like, the upload speed isn't good. I'm not about to lug my whole PC. Like, I just bring my laptop, which is a Mac. My actual desktop is a PC. But like, when I'm up there, I am obviously still doing videos. Like, content is still coming out, but like there's no way that I can stream. So I've been kicking around the idea of streaming again on Twitch, maybe multi-streaming to YouTube. I know you can do that with Streamlabs, or Stream Elements rather. You can do that with Stream Elements and it's free, and I know people who've done it. I've seen Dagnall do it. He recently did it with his City Folk Full Museum Challenge. He like multi-streamed to Twitch and YouTube, but I just stayed on Twitch because I prefer Twitch as a platform. So if I were to stream, would you guys prefer it on Twitch or YouTube? I think I would prefer to do it on Twitch, so we're probably just gonna do that, but I might potentially multi-stream to YouTube. If anything, the VODs will go up on this channel afterwards, so you guys can watch them if you want. But I think like when it comes to the actual streaming, I might just do it on Twitch. It's better for like the user end for the streamer, and it's better for the user end for the user, like the viewer. I've watched YouTube live streams and they're fine. The issue with YouTube is that there's typically a delay. Like, no matter what way you set it, there's usually like a delay, even if you have low latency. Real quick, back to the house. I wasn't sure what to do with the back room. I turned it into a sauna. I played around with it again in the Room Sketch app. I like how it came out. I just didn't know what to do with it. I was considering making it a bedroom, because in the original version of this house, like when we first started this island, there was furniture in here. There was furniture in the main room, and then when we expanded to the back room, I had like, I think the bed and a couple of other just things in there. But I made it into a sauna, and that's probably going to get no use at all. Granted, this whole house is not going to get use at all anyway. Like, we're not here to stick around on this island. When it's done and when I upload the dream address, we're deleting it and we're starting something else. But I like how everything came out as a whole. I realized that I didn't put lights in the sauna room, but there's like the ambient lighting, so it's fine. I don't know what I could have done different with it. I guess I could have made like another bedroom, or maybe like a back sort of like balcony deck greenhouse area maybe, but it's a winter themed island and I wanted something that would be appropriate for the cold weather, and so a sauna was what came to mind. I did that, as you saw, with the cloud flooring and then one of like the wooden deck rugs. A lot of people were doing that back in the day with Animal Crossing. They were making like designs like that using the cloud flooring and then a rug over it. I tried it with the bamboo rugs. I liked how that looked, but like the walls didn't really match. Like I couldn't find a good wall for it. So overall though, I think that I'm happy with this house. I also wasn't sure what to do with the basement, which is why I kind of made it into a similar layout and situation as the basement in my main island, except like I have like a second half bath down there in addition to the laundry and stuff. Also, there's no crafting bench anywhere in the house. I was debating on putting one somewhere, but there's one outside. And again, it doesn't really matter because as soon as the dream address is uploaded, we're deleting this island and we're starting something else. I was debating on making an all penguin island. I've talked about this and doing it, but like just showing the final product, not like me going along and making it like we've done here. I don't know if that would be beneficial for you guys. I might do like home makeover videos on that, but I might put them all in one video instead of just doing all 10 separately. I've been thinking about this a lot because I really like doing the home makeovers. I think they're really cool. And with the penguins, they're all going to be kind of like the same on the interior. They're going to be like how we did Roald and Igley's houses, where it's like igloo looking, and how we've done penguins in the past on my main island. So I'm thinking I might do it like that. I'll probably just do all of the home makeovers in one big like compilation video, and then the rest of the island, like the outside of it, a separate video. Almost like doing a dream tour, except we're not doing a dream tour, we're doing an island tour. If you guys remember, I did an island tour of Fawn, my original main island that I've never deleted, right before I flattened it. That was like, I think, my first ever video on here. I'm gonna leave the link to that down below if you guys are interested in checking it out, as well as the playlist where I redid that entire island, because we did that last year in 2024. If you're watching this not in 2025, then it was even longer ago. But I love that island. Right now, the layout is fine. There are some parts that are very laggy, like, you know, Punchy's Marina and whatever. But other than that, I really like the final product. I'm still rotating villagers out. I recently had Marlowe moved in. The next video that's coming out after this chronologically is redoing his house. We already did a vacation home for him a while back because he showed up on the beach at Paradise Planning, but he replaced Rolf. And as usual, it took a bit for the plot to fill, but I'm glad that I got another Cranky. It's kind of funny. I don't know where he came from. I don't think he came from a treasure island or anything. He very well might have, but they don't always tell you where they came from when you talk to them first after they are unpacking, or like when they're in boxes unpacking. It was really weird. He's a cute little hamster though. I still have Flurry, and I'm blanking on the other villager that lives on Fawn. Just had to check my Animal Crossing planner app. It's Elise. We still have Flurry and Elise who have not moved out, and I would like them to move out soon. Specifically Elise. I said this when I redo Marlowe's house, that I am hoping now, because Rolf moved and he was replaced, that Elise will now ask to move. I did of course have to time travel a bit as usual to get somebody to ask, but I really want to get her the hell off of my island, so I'm hoping that that works out. Although now that I think of it, because I'm back in my usual setup, I can use amiibos. Since I forgot to bring them up with me to Maine, I have all my amiibos here. I can just pick one and kick her out. I might do that. Not only does it give more control over moving your villagers off of your island and choosing who moves in, and you can do it in like 3 days, but I also don't want to deal with all of the time travel associated and then having to go and pluck a million weeds from my island and dig up a bunch of flowers and gyroids that grew in the time that I was gone, and it's really annoying. I had to go around and do that here on Kringle because it took me so long to get all the furniture for this house and to time travel and to also do the exterior that everything was a disaster when I was finally done. I don't know who I'm going to replace her with though. I'm considering maybe another snooty villager, although probably not. Somebody that we haven't had on Fawn yet, which is most of the population of Animal Crossing villagers. So we'll see. Of course, whenever she does move out, I will be redoing the house for the villager that replaces her, as well as a vacation home for them if we haven't done one already. I was almost going to call it a paradise home. That's not what they are. The place is Paradise Planning, but we do vacation homes. Although I guess they are Paradise Planning vacation homes, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we are done with the house. I hope you guys like the overall finished product. The exterior is the same as what we designed it to be in a previous video on Kringle. We did a cabin exterior. It's like kind of a creamy cabin log color with green accents and whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching though. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!